Ramblin' Man Moto on the road. I have a $25 gift card from Indian Motorcycle that I need to use that expires this month. And annoyingly to me, they won't issue it as a coupon online, only at a dealer. Now, in the past, they gave me, it's when I replaced my battery and then they reimbursed me. They wanted to reimburse me with an Indian gift card. And they did that by a gift card code good at a dealer. And when I asked for it to be replaced with one online, they switched it. This time they wouldn't, and were nice enough to send me like a 8-page document that specifies the rules. We must live under the rules. And, I pointed out that to spend this little gift card is an hour-and-a-half round trip because they don't have more dealers. And would you please reconsider, given it's an hour-and-a-half trip for a relatively small gift card? Nope, these are the rules. You guys just hate companies that hide behind rules like that. Like, they've done it before, so they could reissue a code pretty easily. Nope. So, it's an 80-degree November day when I'm recording this. And it's going to rain, but after 7, I think. So, what the heck? I got to get some gas first, then I got to see if I'm going to make a trip to the dealer. It's an hour-and-a-half round trip. It gives me an excuse to go somewhere. But the stuff at Indian is so expensive in general that this gift card I have is $25. I mean, there's not much you can even get. You're going to have to be kicking in some of your own money if you want a shirt. Certainly a sweatshirt. The only thing at a dealer is sometimes you can get some discounted stuff that they've discounted, but usually not in my size. But we'll see. I'm going to top off the gas to be safe, and then I got to backtrack a little and be on our way. My used Corbin seat is scheduled to arrive today, and because it's coming by USPS, and knowing our delivery time, it's probably going to be maybe after dark. 6 to 7 p.m. is what I would bet will be the delivery time out here. One thing I can't remember if I've said in the video from the other day, I got these 2 new tires put on, and when I rode the Super Chief Limited the other day, I made a comment that it felt like the tires almost weren't there. I was floating and gliding. I said it felt so different. Well, those are the same tires that I've put on this bike, and the guy that put them on for me, when he took off the old tires, remarked, boy, those were some stiff tires. I think he did a little lap. He likes riding this bike, I think, and took a little lap before and after. And he's like, man, those are some stiff tires. And he's like, you're going to be a lot happier with these tires. Well, he's right. I'm finding now that I can compare kind of quickly before and after, these tires feel I guess softer is the word to use. I mean, it feels a lot better in the curves. And I don't know how much that's psychological. You know, I've admitted that's one area where I'm weak. I need to learn to lean more and go faster in the curves. And it feels a lot better now on the Super Cheap compared to that Springfield with those stiff tires. These have been feeling pretty good. I do regret that there's such a distance to get to an Indian dealer. There's things that I might actually use the dealer for to support them, or because I prefer the dealer in case there's a problem, and they're just so far away. And you know, if it's a big job, I got to trailer it up there, or just wait all day because I'm not going to drive back and forth. Well, I got to have a car to drive back and forth, right? So it's like, I guess I can't wait for some jobs, so I got to trailer it. I would just as soon not buy from this dealer, but the one in Prince George, Virginia is a multi-brand dealer, and at least the last time I was in there I didn't see a lot of Indian stuff. This dealer is Indian only, so I'm hoping they might have more stuff to consider. And if I didn't use this dealer, right now I'm going to be in for an hour and a half round trip minimum probably. But if I went to the other one, it's a minimum of 1.5 hour one way. But I hear a lot of good reviews about that dealer. So eventually, the one in Prince George, Virginia, to me wrongly was able to claim the title of Indian of Richmond, Virginia. And they're not in Richmond. They're not in any... the counties and cities are separate in this area. But even considering the counties that are around Richmond, they're not it. If you ask people, what are the counties that make up Richmond, even though counties and cities are separate here, you would hear Chesterfield and Henrico. Then they would throw out maybe Hanover, then maybe Powhatan and Goochland. Prince George would be near the bottom. And then in response to that on the Facebook page, I saw they were putting comments like, well, wouldn't you like to drive 20 minutes to save money? Well, it's more than 20 minutes. Maybe if you're in the southern part of Richmond, maybe it's 20 minutes. I tried to buy a used Springfield from them, and I'm glad it didn't work out, but they were just terrible to deal with. Terrible. We traded messages. They got the bikes wrong when they were giving me answers. I'm like, I know that's not the right answer on that bike. Oh, sorry, we mixed up the VIN number. Then when I went to see the bike and buy it, oh, it's not ready yet. We've got to do our prep. And why'd you list it on your website? They said it might be a week or two before it's ready. Okay. So then I come back in a week or two, and I think they just wouldn't even give me an out-the-door price. I think that's what it was on that one. I'm like, it just was the most bizarre experience. And luckily, I ended up getting this one. Probably a better overall deal. I might have paid a little more, but it's a newer model and had the extended warranty. That business down there in Prince George changed their name. And if you go look at their original name, I think it was called Redline Motorsports. Maybe they still use that as a part of their marketing. I don't know. You know, I found them by looking up Indian motorcycles in Virginia, dealers in Virginia. Their name came up, Indian of Prince George. But they had some really, really, really bad reviews. And I was in that camp under their previous name. I was trying to buy an ATV from them, and I was shopping around, and they told me they would not give me any prices by email, that I had to come in person to get the price. And their rationale, they literally said this in the email. I probably still have it. People get our prices and then go elsewhere to save $100. So you're going to have to come get our price. I don't know if that was supposed to somehow keep me from saving. So you know you're more expensive than other places? Or do you think that me coming there in person means I'm not going to go somewhere else and shop around? It was just a jerk move, and their emails were constantly filled with no punctuation and bad grammar. Just, you're kind of rooting for these guys. They're small businesses, want them to be successful. I'm an Indian turkey out there, an Indian buyer, so I want there to be more Indian dealers. But sometimes they make it hard. And I've never had to run a motorcycle dealership, so I try to keep an open mind that there's problems and things they're going through that I'm unfamiliar with. But they still make it hard. But you guys can see the drive I'm taking is what I've had to take the few times I've gone to the dealer. We're still going, and we're not even, I don't know if this is halfway yet. Maybe I've edited some of the footage by the time if I publish this, so it doesn't feel as long to you, but we've been riding for a bit here. All right, so this road goes for like a mile, and then I think we get to Route 1. I don't know if a mile, but this is a short part of this stint. And I think it's Route 1, and that's the road the dealer's on. But it's a good ride. And then when you got, a trailer bouncing down the road with you, it just adds a little extra, I don't know, stress is the right word, but it's different, right? Spotsylvania County. I had the idea that one time I might ask this dealership if I could record in there and make a little video for the channel, but it's just not worth it. It's just, I've had some run-ins and conversations with these guys that have not been pleasant. I don't like being talked to like I'm a fifth grader that doesn't understand how business works, or that I can't read the small print on a coupon. And it turned out in one of these situations, the Indian told me I was right, that the dealer was wrong. And to be fair, I got their version of an apology out of it, but just was not a pleasant experience when another adult who is a business is telling me to be quiet. Ugh. Just still sticks in my craw. This dealer clearly doesn't like corporate Indian / Polaris. Claims are always trying to screw him on coupons. It comes trickle down because they don't like dealing with Indian, which is interesting because that's all they sell other than used bikes, but they're an Indian only dealership, and apparently they don't like dealing with corporate Indian, and it trickles down where they treat all of us like criminals, like we're all trying to rip somebody off from a coupon code. And I would love to fly a drone over that. So in areas like this, I start to cover the rear brake. I still struggle with covering the front brake because what happens is I mistakenly jump the throttle when I'm trying to cover the front brake, and I'm doing stuff with the throttle. I find it hard. Usually when I come down here, this is all backed up. This is not a bad day coming through this stretch. Usually this is all backed up. I would have liked to have made that. I'm turning at the next light up there. This is more of what I'm talking about. This is the traffic here. This will probably take 3 cycles at least of the light to get through. Yep. just go here. Alright guys, I'm leaving this Indian dealership. You know, I mentioned on the way here, Polaris made me come to a dealer. They wouldn't give me an online code. And as I expected, I came in and said, look, I'm going to want a t-shirt or a long sleeve t-shirt, short sleeve or long sleeve. And then maybe I'll go up, even though I've bought a few used sweatshirts and stuff. That'll be the next thing. They had a single t-shirt in my size, a single sweatshirt in my size, and a single, that was it. I didn't want a leather jacket, you know. They just don't have a lot of inventory at any of them. But I was able to get a t-shirt overpriced at $35 that has Indian on it, so I'll do their marketing for them. I mean, I like wearing them. The good thing is they do tend to be pretty good quality for the money. I have to say that all of the stuff I've bought from them tends to be good quality. All right, guys, so I'm gonna enjoy the ride home. It'll probably be about 45 minutes back. Be pulling in right around sunset, maybe a little bit early. And if it's a good day, my used Corbin seat will have arrived. I did not bother checking the tracking from here because I think likely it may show up even after I get home. Hopefully tonight I can put that Corbin seat on and see what it feels like on there. Maybe even take it for a nighttime quick ride up and down the road. I will see you on the road.